Good evening, guys. Today is October 10th. It's Tuesday. It's about 4 p.m. Pacific time. Hope everybody's doing well. Markets overall did very well today. As you can see, the Nasdaq Composite up about nearly 80 points, 0.5%. And then if you look at the SPX, which is the S&P 500, also had a fairly good day. That shouldn't have done SPX, sorry. Also had a fairly good day, ended up about 22 points, 0.5% as well. This was actually a good move by the SPX, and it's after the head and shoulders pattern on the SPX, a deep dive down, as I'd mentioned on Twitter and a few other places. It found bottom on Friday. I expected it to continue to do well, and it's just showing strength on an ongoing basis. At some point, I expect it's going to take a little bit of a breather, but not sure yet when that is. Somewhere between 4,358, which is where it closed today, to about 4,550, about 100 points. The S&P is probably going to take a little bit of a break even before that. Not sure when. It could be just something unexpected. Don't expect it to. Well, there's a couple of macroeconomic conditions happening, indicators coming out later this week. So look out for that as well. But generally, the markets look okay. Even given the weakness that we saw in some of the other oil names and some other names, and also some of the global political news and happenings around the world. Even with that, the stock market is showing fairly good strength and should be okay. But just keep your eyes open. So today, one of the stocks that showed up that I've been following for a long time, and I'm a big fan of that stock, is actually Symbotic. Symbotic is a company that makes robotic automation solutions for warehouses. The reason why I like this company is also because I spent some time at Amazon doing the warehouse inbounding process, the pick, pack, ship process, etc. So let's look at the company, go through a 5-step process, see what it does, and why is it that the stock is doing fairly well from off of its break. So overall, I usually start, as I've always mentioned, from an annualized basis, from the revenue and growth standpoint. The company has gone literally from nothing to about $595 million, $593 million, but losing a lot of money. Pre-tax income was negative 130%. Very good gross margins in the 70-80%, but losing quite a bit of money. The key important element of this, of course, is it's got some of the risks. Fundamentally, it's got quite a few risks. I'm not going to go through those right now. They've got a key customer risk in Walmart, but they've got a back order of $12 billion. So it might be a good play for you to look at. I've been following the stock for a long time. 177% revenue growth in Q3, which was just in June. They reported earnings 77% growth. So the company is growing fairly well. Revenue is growing well. And as you can see in the last 3 quarters, after a big jump in their net income negative, they've actually started to trim their net income and expect it to go positive somewhere in the next couple of quarters to about a year. So making good progress on that. So this looks okay. Of course, valuation is going to be extremely high. This is a company that's close to about $20 billion. So ignore this number of $3 billion. It's actually close to 18 to 20 billion, simply because they have not counted the outstanding shares along with, because this was a SPAC, they've not counted the rest of the shares. So it's an expensive company. The price to sales is not 2.21, and the price to cash flow is not 16. It's a much more richer company. It's closer to, the price to sales is probably closer to about 20, I would say, or 15, not necessarily where it is right now. So, but still, we know that those are the issues. Now let's start with the very high level chart, and then I've cleared out all the charts as I've spent some more time. So what happened? The company was mostly in the $10 range as a SPAC, did very well somewhere after SPACing in 2022 July, and then had a little bit of a trough period. And then sometime in the January of this year, it was at $8.75 and went up all the way up to $63. So it went up nearly 9 times. That was a phenomenal run. So 900%, all the way from about $9 to about 63, about 7 times, I would say, not necessarily 9 times, but since 700% growth, if you had gotten it somewhere in the January timeframe and just held on. I bought it at 18, 16, sold it at about 56, and I'm looking to enter again. So this is a stock that I know fairly well. After going through that, this is stage 1. This is a stage 2, which is uptrend. This is a stage 4 downtrend, and this is kind of an accumulation, kind of a straight trend. Well, so high level, you know that this is where the stock has some resistances, probably in the 30 to 42 range. That's going to be one set of resistances before it goes up again. And then there is enough support even over here, somewhere in the 30 range. It's bounced a lot of times, seems like in the 30s. So let's go through that. So you know it's in a consolidation phase to moving up phase. At a high level on a monthly, looks like consolidation. Let's go to the weekly chart to get more information. So it's been bouncing off of this quite a few times in the 30.5, yeah, 29-30 range. That zone, 29 to 30 range zone, it's been bounced. So it's done a little bit of a touchback after it went all the way to 60. It came down back again to the 20-30 range. So half. It's gone from 60 down to 30. It's literally halved in the last even couple of months, I would say, from July to October. It's literally September, it's literally halved. Now it's starting a new uptrend. So this is interesting. After having hit the bottom of this is where it found support in the 29-30 range. And then now you know that it's going back up again. On the weekly chart, you can see that the indices, actually the good thing is RSI is moving up and will probably get to the right stage, but this is a weekly chart. But the overall trend is it should cross this for it to get even higher, but it's gone through quite a bit of resistance itself. So now I would say probably move the support from the 29-30 range even a little bit higher. It wouldn't be bad to be able to see the 32 range not touch again. So if it does a touch back, probably does a touch in 32, doesn't go back all the way to 30. That's what it looks like on the overall chart. Let's draw some ways to be able to see how this went. So this is good. That's a solid line. And then if you can get from here, you'd see that it has mostly been able to, not perfectly, but you can see that it's forming a very nice pattern of a V, a loudspeaker pattern. A loudspeaker pattern is what they usually call this thing. So don't see any big threats, but it could hit a couple of them as it comes out. So this is interesting. In the 43 range, you're going to find 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be a key resistance zone. If it hits 43 and tries to make it back down. So if you look at the resistance and support, 30 would have been a good place to buy it. I've kept on buying it in the 30, so I'm pretty happy with this. But look at how nicely it has been shaping up in the last couple of days. It's done nice U pattern. So this is building a good base. Let's draw that base out. So from here to somewhere around here, and then look at the nice base that it's formed over the last maybe in a couple of months almost. Went up all the way to the high. Did a very nice pullback. This is stage 4. This was consolidation. Stage 3. Then a nice head back down again on the daily, all the way to form a consolidation zone. Another stage 4 breakdown. This is stage 3, stage 4, having formed a base for about a couple of weeks to maybe a couple of months. I would say stage 1. Back again in stage 2. So 43 is something I would look for. So how would I play this? You know, now it's at 39 to 43 is a $4 up. So I probably put a stop somewhere in this zone. So this might be a key zone of support. If it breaks through this, that stop loss 35, I'm out. So it's a $2 to $3 down. Get it as close as possible to the 35 range. Hold it up all the way to the 43. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all of your help. Thank you very much.